Hi there. My name is Mark, and I'm a principal designer at Mixpanel. I wanted to address an issue around how to use these like send message events from within Principal. Uh, Within the Principal community, I had replied to something like a million years ago, and I just wanted to get back to that really fast. So somewhere in here. Uh, Basically, I've never understood how message events works as a concept. There's like this idea within here that you can send a message event to a parent or whatever, and this message gets sent. The documentation here is okay. This example was kind of okay. I didn't fully understand exactly what this meant. Even though I like kind of conceptually understand what's going on, it took a lot of brain power to like figure out what the heck this is and how it actually works. So uh, I'm recording this video before I fully even like test everything I know. I have one thing that is working, so I want to show kind of like what I got working immediately, just so that you can see like a primitive example of how message events works, kind of like that one that's on the principal community page. Um, Basically, there's this idea that when you click a button, it sends an event, but on the other side, what I think is being missed in terms of like the documentation and some of the like maybe to some extent the interface itself like doesn't really lend itself to explaining what it's like doing or asking for. It looks like a level playing field. Um, anyway, when you send an event, another thing on the other end is listening. So you need those things to match in order for something to actually like transition into that state. So an easy example is I have this like ColorPicker application that I'm like prototyping, right? Uh, all this is right now is a single component, which is this thing and this group of these layers. This is a really like dirty example that I made in like 4 seconds. So what this does right now is when you click a color, the color changes here. There's no additional artboards here. The artboard that is changing is within this. And as you can see here, there's like a million message events that are going on. So the way that you do this basically, let me see if I can just delete these one by one, I guess, since for some reason I can't select multiple. That's fun. Everyone's having a good time. Hooray. Okay. So those are all deleted, but I think there's still message events that are happening. Okay, cool. So we broke that. Great. So what you have to do basically is say, when I tap this, I want to go into this artboard, boop, and I forgot what color I'm on. I think it's blue, and I want it to go to the blue artboard. And by doing that, it's basically said from regardless of where you're at, listen for this like message one, and whatever message one is goes to here, right? If you're on this one and you hear message one, go to this. So what this should say, instead of message one, is blue, blue, blue. So all these like artboard states are listening for blue to come in, and if they hear blue, it's going to go to this state, right? And so that's my understanding. Let's find out if that's actually real. Blue. Boom. Hooray. So now blue happens, but now we can't go back to green. So do the same thing on green, right? When we tap on green, we want it to go into here. It's not sending a message to blue. It's going to go to green, which right now it says message one. Let's clear that up. Green, 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 right? So all these artboards are listening. If I hear green on this artboard, go to there. If I hear green on this artboard, go to there. If I hear green on this artboard, go to there. So now this thing, let's see, it says like layer 4, which layer 4 in here? Let's name this green button, yellow button. Let's make it more clear because this thing is hard to track if you don't name things right. Blue, cool, right? So green button taps, goes to this group, which we'll say color changer. Color changer turns green. Color changer turns blue when blue is tapped, right? Cool. So now we can do the same thing. I don't really need this to be a group, so let's ungroup. My mouse is losing its mind, so that's good. Oh God, tap, go on there. It's not sending a new message, it's not sending an old one, it's sending a new one. Again, we go in here, yellow. I wish this would just change it for all of them, but it doesn't. Yellow, yellow, right? So now we have 3 buttons that should work. Boom, 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 hooray, right? Red won't work. Let's try to do this inversely and see if that works. So I don't know if it's going to. If I go to red, I think what I can do is say message from parent, which I don't have right now. So route up to parent. Let's go to red. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah. See, it's not going to do the right thing. So you can't really start from the back and go in. You have to go from where you're at and go through. That doesn't make any sense, but hopefully that makes some sense. You can't like preemptively assume a state. You have to say where it's going to go. So that's not working. So we have to go back to this and we'll do the same deal and it should work. So go into this. But we could have said like, select artboard red. Let's just stick with this for now. I don't want to make this more complicated than it already is. If these names don't match up too, that will not, it'll break the whole thing and it won't work correctly. But now this thing works, right? Hooray. So if that's all you want to know, that's it. Video over. But I'm just going to keep rambling, and if you want to hear more, that's great. So I think we could just make it so that like basically no matter what you click, let's just say it's blue, and these are just false things. We would just change this to blue, change this to blue, change this to blue, and I believe what this will do is send the message blue, and since all these artboards within this are listening for blue, no matter what, as long as we're clicking on something on that previous thing, the message being heard is blue, so they're always going to be blue no matter what I click. Blue, blue, right? Okay, well, don't know why it's zoomed out to there, yellow, red. But now we'll see, like when I tap red, it's going to be blue. When I tap yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, blue, red, blue. So all you would have to do is change the text to be the right thing. And now we're back on right. Cool. So I think that maybe explains it. I'm going to do one other little demo here, which is great. So that's cool. But the problem is these things need to be components. I need like a hover state, right? I've got a situation where each one of these needs to be its own thing. They need like, there's a tap interaction for each one. And I need that to change the color. So what I've done already here is make unique components here of this like blue, red, yellow, green button. And then once I click this, I think I'm going to do the same deal, right? Again, I'm doing this live with you, so let's find out if this works. And I go into this, oh boy, it thinks it's going to send a message. I need to select an artboard from within this. Oh, bother. Okay, same deal. This is like way too messy right now. But I think that's because I took that previous file and deleted it. Let's try that again. Okay, blue tap. As you can, what just happened there was because I deleted the route on the other end, this is like what remained. So let's just go ahead and rebuild it from that end because that was what I was trying to do earlier. So blue tap is blue. Let's just call it that. While I'm doing this, we're going to go to the same place. So let's say we're going to go red. Okay, tap, select artboard, hover over this thing, select artboard, red, right? Now, we know that we pulled that from red, so we can just change these all to red. And this should work, I believe. Boom, red worked. Okay, cool. There's still this leave behind message that we don't know what that is. So, 7 p.m. over here. This is thanking health and safety workers and healthcare workers and all that, essential workers, that's the word. Good time to do this recording. So there's this message 1 that's being routed also. That's red. So group 2, what is group 2? Oh, color changer. This is why this is confusing. Group 2 is color picker. So let's just call this a swatch. Goes to the swatch, turns the swatch to red. So color picker does a blue, does a red. Swatch thing, here's red, and that's it. So this is the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get messages from parent. That's not working. Okay, ignore me. So I thought I could receive a message. We're working this through live, so I guess we're dealing with it. Very frustrating. There should be a way to like capture that message that's being sent, but because I'm confused, I'm going to not do that. So basically, I think we're going to do the same exact thing, select artboard. See, I wanted that, but it's not. Wait, what? Messages from component. See why this is confusing? I feel like I'm doing a demo and I don't even know what I'm doing. When I click this, I need it to go send a message, which is blue. And then when I'm here, I need to hear a message because I'm listening, which is blue. Messages from parent. Oh boy. Let's see if this is going to work somehow through a miracle. What? Blue? No. Now it's making like additional things it doesn't need. So confusing. This is why this thing is confusing. It feels like there should be like a link between these two things, and there isn't one that's really clear, at least to me. Like, I get that there's a sending where it's going, kind of, but it doesn't make a clear send receive pattern that I see because it's like going somewhere else. So I see I got the red one working, but now I want the blue one to work. Maybe I messed something up. Blue, tap, send message. I'm just going to do my best. Let's retitle these blue. I think this is going to work now, so that's good. I don't know what I broke earlier because there was a blue, like what looked like a variable hanging out in space. ColorPicker blue, swatch blue. I broke everything. That's fun. That's great. Great, great, great. Red, maybe we did this backwards. What the hell? Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Delete, delete. Let's just start over. Just start over. Delete, 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 delete. I thought everything was going great. And it's not. Okay. Tap. Select artboard. This one. Select artboard. That one. I don't care what it's called right now. Go on this one. Tap. This one. That one. Oh my God. Why? Tap. This. Select an artboard. Go inside of that. Select an artboard. This one. Go back. I'm not even going to test it yet. I'm just going to keep rolling. I don't care what these things are called right now. Just believe in myself. Yellow. I bet you this freaking thing's going to work, and it's going to be really annoying. Because now we have like message 1 through 4, and you can't retitle everything really. Oh, brother. Tap. Select artboard. Hover. Tap. Oh boy, green. Okay. I think this is going to work. This is going to work. Just feel good about it. Feeling good about it. Don't feel so good about it. Well, okay. What just happened? Maybe my computer's just slow and it's on fire and mad. Is it going to just do it on its own? Because the hover is still there. Do you see this thing? Green, green, yellow, yellow. If you double click, it works. I don't know why that is. Just trigger it 40 times and it'll work. Anyway, that's a really long explanation. I'm sorry, but that's kind of how it works. If you can explain it better, feel free. Love you, miss you, bye.